ATA for refusing to speak to my 6-month pregnant sister until I get an apology. AITA for refusing to speak to my 6-month pregnant sister until I get an apology. A bit long. My 35F pregnant sister and I 28F are not talking. For context, my sister ignored me for most of my life. She was never inherently mean, but she would go out of her way to pretend like I wasn't alive. I have no happy memories of her growing up. We have 2 other siblings, and she is best friends with one of them. Both my sister and I now have endometriosis and adenomyosis. If you know about these, then you know that it can lead to struggles with infertility. Welcome June 2024, my sister announces she is pregnant. I'm so happy for her and showed it when she announced it to our family. I genuinely am. She struggled for years, so it was a beacon of hope for me. Back in February, when she was 4 weeks unknown to me, I mentioned that my husband and I were going to TTC starting in the summer to my family at a dinner. She didn't respond and just stared at me. Well, back to June, I told a family friend at the time in passing the same thing. That my husband and I are TTC, and it would be perfect if we would have a baby in the spring because we are both teachers, which would mean FMLA then straight into summer. My sister then texted me something that genuinely hurt. It was summarized along the lines of you're trying to have a baby only to have one in the spring. Why would you do that? That's so irresponsible you should actually want one. You have a master's still in progress and you just finished a kitchen. Don't you want things to settle down? Don't you just want to spend money on yourself? You're too young to have a kid right now. For context, I've been married 2 years. My master's ends in December 2024 paid thanks to scholarships. We don't have debt. We both work 2 jobs, including full-time teaching, and have plenty saved. My husband and I have always wanted children and have been dating for 8 years total. My sister would know this because my family all has a big mouth and things are mentioned at family functions. I'm hurt. I thought it would be nice to maybe finally connect with my sister I never got along with through pregnancy. I am now pregnant in August and have never felt more alone. My mom wants me to forgive and forget she sent the text because we are family, but it doesn't feel that way. I am the first in my friend group to have a child. I am torn apart when I was supportive and happy for her. I'm scared to announce I'm pregnant and plan to hide it from my family as long as possible due to this text she sent. So all of that being said, AITA for refusing to speak to my 6-month pregnant sister who sent that text. Sorry for the long-winded story and awful grammar. Get it, I have been no contact with my sister since she sent the text over a month ago-ish ... not for 6 months. I feel like some people need more backstory to my family, so here we go. I have been ignored by my sister 35F, who is pregnant forever. She actively used to pretend I wasn't in the room or didn't exist. I would try to talk and support her, and sometimes that would result in me getting yelled at. Now I want you all to imagine what it's like watching your other sister 31F and that sister I mentioned, 35F, be best friends and to this day still are. I get along with my brother 37 pretty good, but it isn't the same as sisters. My mother rarely took sides because she's always wanted to keep the peace. My dad .we never took problems to because he would just scream at us until we sobbed. So that being said, I still look up to her. In some messed up way, I still want her approval. She doesn't actively ignore me now, but she doesn't treat me like we are related. She's polite. That is why some part of me wanted this approval, to know that we both are struggling with one of the top 10 most painful diseases and are pregnant. Especially when I was told that I have very low chances of keeping any pregnancy that holds. I have nobody in my circle, and I thought I did for a fraction of a second. Thank you all for the advice.